Let's talk about the 2026 State of the Union, because watching Democrats sit on their hands through a list of claimed wins is starting to feel less like politics and more like a medical condition. And yes, I know how speeches work. Every president cherry picks, every administration polishes the highlight reel. Fine, but this wasn't just America's great fluff. This was a scoreboard. Numbers, big specific claims, the kind of claims that, if even half are true, would have Democrats doing cartwheels if the person delivering them had a D next to their name. Here's what was claimed in that address. On the economy, the administration says core inflation hit 1.7% in late 2025. Gas fell below $2.30 a gallon in most states, with some places as low as $1.85. They claim $18 trillion in new investment commitments in 12 months. They bragged the Dow hit 50,000 and the S&P hit 7,000. Then they stacked tax policy on top. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, plus tax-deductible auto loan interest if the car is made in the U.S. That's not abstract. That's not the economy is vibing. That's prices, paychecks, and daily life. On immigration, the administration claimed the strongest border in American history. They said zero illegal entries for the previous 9 months. They said fentanyl crossings are down 56% in 1 year. They said they're removing illegal alien criminals at record levels. And they called out sanctuary cities directly, pushing penalties for officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. Translation: if you sabotage enforcement, you're not compassionate, you're complicit. On foreign policy, Trump did what Trump does. He made the room uncomfortable by talking like a CEO firing people. The speech claimed a major strike on Iranian soil that obliterated Iran's nuclear program. It claimed a raid in Venezuela that ended Maduro's regime and installed a new president. It claimed NATO allies agreed to pay 5% of GDP for defense. Whether you love that or hate it, the message is clear. Peace through strength, and America is not the world's doormat. On domestic policy, he hit healthcare price transparency and a platform called Trump RX, with most favored nation pricing. He talked about shifting money away from big insurance companies and toward individuals to buy coverage. He hit housing by banning large Wall Street investment firms from buying single-family homes. That's a populist punch that lands with people who don't agree on anything else, because everyone is sick of being priced out while corporations play monopoly with neighborhoods. Then he went straight into the culture battlefield. He called for a federal ban on socially transitioning children. He called for stopping states from removing children from parents who don't consent to gender transitions. He talked about a renewal in faith in Christianity, and he used medals, heroes, and personal stories to make the contrast even sharper when Democrats refused to stand. Now, here's the part that should bother every normal person watching. Democrats didn't just disagree, they couldn't even acknowledge, they couldn't even do the basic human thing and stand for what they claim to care about when it's packaged as lower prices, safer streets, secure border, protect homeownership, protect kids. Why? Because they can't clap for Trump's wins without validating Trump's agenda. And if they validate the agenda, they lose their ability to campaign on everything is collapsing. They lose the panic, they lose the outrage, they lose the fundraising machine. And it's not just politics, it's fear. Their activist wing treats any praise of Trump like betrayal. So even if some of them privately agree with parts of this, they're trapped. They're not allowed to act like adults in public. That's what people mean when they say Trump derangement syndrome. It's not you disagree. Disagreeing is normal. It's when the hatred becomes so total that you can't process reality without filtering it through a tantrum. You can't even stand for a policy you supported 5 minutes ago if Trump is the one saying it. And yes, a few Democrats stood up here and there this time, more than his last major speech. That's not nothing, that's a crack in the wall. Because even some of them can feel how insane it looks to sit stone-faced while the country hears inflation down, gas down, fentanyl down, border secure, Wall Street out of housing, no tax on tips and overtime. When a political party would rather deny progress than let Trump get credit for it, that party isn't serving the country anymore. It's serving its narrative, and it would rather you suffer than admit he delivered.